Ever wondered about the shadowy figures in black, darting across rooftops under the cover of night? Yes, we are talking about ninjas. Who were they, really? Let us take a leap back in time to unravel the enigma of the ninja. The history of ninjas as we know it is shrouded in intrigue and mystery. Some scholars might question their very existence, while others argue that the tales we have heard might be a tad exaggerated. But beneath the layers of folklore and conjecture, there's a dash of truth that spices up the story. Rewind to the 14th century, a time when warlords ruled and the ninja rose. These elusive figures were not just your average mercenaries. They were akin to the intelligence agencies of today, hired by warlords in feudal Japan to gather intelligence, perform counterintelligence, and sometimes a bit of sabotage on the side. But here is where it gets interesting. Unlike the samurai, the highly trained military nobility, ninjas were not confined to a particular social class. They could be anyone, from the farmer tilling his fields to the merchant selling his wares. This social anonymity was their greatest weapon, allowing them to blend into society and carry out their tasks undetected. Their work was not just about physical prowess. Ninjas were masters of the mind as much as they were of the body. They excelled in the art of disguise, subterfuge, and gathering intelligence, often camouflaging themselves as unassuming figures, like merchants or priests. The word ninja itself was unknown in historical texts until the 19th century. Earlier, they were referred to as shinobi, a term hinting at their stealth and expertise in espionage. Unlike the samurai, ninjas came from all levels of society, and they weren't bound by strict codes of honor. They were masters of disguise and subterfuge. So the next time you think of a ninja, remember, they were more than just shadowy figures darting across rooftops. They were the unseen movers of history, the silent whispers in the wind. So, what did it take to be a ninja? Was it all about stealthy assassinations and throwing stars? Well, not really. Being a ninja, or as they were historically referred to, a shinobi, required a vast array of skills and a sharp intellect. Contrary to common belief, ninjas were not just about brute force or flashy martial arts. They were masters of social techniques, adept at blending into different societal roles. This ability to camouflage themselves was crucial to their main duty, gathering intelligence. They could become a merchant, a priest, or even a peasant, anything that allowed them to infiltrate enemy domains without arousing suspicion. But the skills of a ninja did not stop at social techniques. They also had to have a memory sharper than a samurai's sword. They were trained in mnemonics, the art of memory. This allowed them to remember complex routes, passwords, and important information easily, a vital skill in their line of work. And let's not forget, being a ninja was not just about physical and mental prowess, but also about knowledge. They were well versed in medicine, able to treat their own wounds and possibly even poison their enemies. Some historical accounts even suggest that they dabbled in sorcery, although that is a topic of much debate. Being a ninja was about using one's intellect and knowledge to outsmart the enemy. They were strategists, tacticians, and spies, all rolled into one. They would gather information, plan their moves, and strike when the enemy least expected it. Their weapons were not just swords or throwing stars, but also their minds, their ability to blend into society, and their knowledge. Ninjas were not just warriors, they were also spies, blending into society as merchants or priests, using common tools as their weapons. So, the next time you think of a ninja, remember, they were much more than just the shadowy assassins they are often portrayed as. They were, in fact, the ultimate strategists, using their brains as much as their blades. Did you know that not all ninjas were created equal? The best of the best hailed from the provinces of Iga and Koka. Now, you're probably wondering, what made these provinces so special? Well, it's all about the location. Iga and Koka were tucked away in the mountains, providing the perfect natural fortress. This isolation allowed the people of these regions to develop and refine their own unique set of skills, which over time evolved into the art of ninjutsu. But it was not just their geographic advantage that made these provinces significant. Iga and Koka were also home to a rich array of diverse social classes. Unlike the samurai, who were bound by a strict code of honor and came from noble families, ninjas could come from any walk of life. This diversity led to ninjas developing a wide range of skills, from subterfuge and disguise to intelligence gathering. You see, ninjas weren't just warriors, they were spies, infiltrators, masters of deception. They were the unseen hand, the whisper in the night. And it was in IGA and Koka where these skills were honed to perfection. The shinobi of IGA and Koka were so skilled, in fact, that they were often hired by warlords for their intelligence and counterintelligence capabilities. They played pivotal roles in territorial skirmishes and even influenced the course of Japanese history. And let's not forget about their weaponry. While samurai were known for their swords, the ninjas of IGA and Koka were masters of disguise, turning common tools into deadly weapons. A merchant's fan could hide a blade, a priest's staff could conceal a chain. This level of ingenuity was a trademark of the IGA and Koka shinobi. These provinces were the breeding ground for the most elite ninjas, their skills honed to perfection over generations. Ninjas weren't just figments of folklore. They played crucial roles in shaping Japanese history. Now let's dive into the intriguing world of these stealthy figures, starting with a pivotal event, the Honno-ji incident of 1582. This was a coup led by the samurai general Akechi Mitsuhide against the then ruler, Oda Nobunaga. Now, you may wonder, where do ninjas fit into this story? Well, they were the unsung heroes, the clandestine operatives who gathered the crucial intelligence that allowed Mitsuhide to successfully carry out his surprise attack. While the samurais were the face of the coup, the ninjas were the invisible hands that set the stage for this historical upheaval. Now let's shift gears and talk about a character who is a bit of a conundrum. Ishikawa Goemon, often dubbed as the Japanese Robin Hood. Legend has it that Goemon was a ninja who stole from the rich and gave to the poor. His audacious exploits made him a folk hero, a symbol of defiance against wealth inequality during the transition to peace in Japan. But here's the catch. Historians debate whether Goemon was a real historical figure or a fictional character. Real or not, his story does highlight the societal role ninjas played, not just as covert operatives but also as champions of the common folk. Whether they were plotting coups or stealing from the rich, ninjas were not just shadowy figures lurking in the dark. They were a significant part of the social fabric, influencing events from behind the scenes. They were the silent movers and shakers, the hidden pieces on the chessboard of history. Whether in the shadows or the limelight, ninjas left an indelible mark on the pages of history. Their legacy continues to captivate us, their stories a testament to the enduring allure of the mysterious and the unknown. From the Honno-ji incident to the tales of Ishikawa Goemon, ninjas continue to fascinate us, a testament to their enduring presence in the annals of history. From ancient history to the silver screen, ninjas have always captured our imagination. These enigmatic figures have stealthily crept their way into the heart of popular culture, not just in Japan, but globally, wielding a powerful influence that transcends borders and time. Their rise to mainstream popularity can be traced back to the mid-20th century, with the 1967 James Bond film, You Only Live Twice, arguably being a pivotal moment. In this iconic film, Bond himself, the epitome of Western espionage, is trained by ninjas in Japan, a subtle nod to the East-West cultural exchange that was happening at the time. This fusion of the suave British spy with the mystique of the Japanese shinobi captured the world's fascination, firmly planting ninjas in the global consciousness. From there, the ninja craze exploded. They were no longer just figures of Japanese folklore or shadowy operatives in historical texts. They became the stars of comics, cartoons, video games, and blockbuster films. They were suddenly everywhere, from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles chowing down on pizza in New York City sewers, to Naruto Uzumaki, the boisterous ninja in training in the Hidden Leaf Village. But it's not just their martial prowess or stealthy skills that have enchanted us. It's their ethos, their philosophy. Unlike the samurai, bound by a strict code of honor, ninjas were adaptable, flexible, and pragmatic. They used their intellect and knowledge to infiltrate enemy domains, often disguising themselves as everyday people. It's this ability to blend in, coupled with their extraordinary skills, that make them such compelling figures. The enduring allure of ninjas is evident. They continue to inspire, thrill, and captivate us, whether in the pages of a manga, the pixels of a video game, or the flickering images of a cinema screen. They've become an integral part of our cultural fabric, a symbol of intrigue, resilience, and adaptability. Whether they are real or fictional, one thing is certain: ninjas have a permanent place in our hearts and our culture.
Thank you for watching. Hope you found this video informative and entertaining. Please subscribe, like, share, and comment. We do like to know and hear your feedback. And if you have the means, please consider supporting us on Patreon, where we post bonus material. Till next time, this is Geeky Tidbits, saying cheers, and have a good day.